Hi, welcome to Seated Pilates. If you have a band, you can have it nearby for a couple of our exercises. If you do not have a band or if you don't want to use a band for today, the exercises are still super beneficial to do one without. So don't even worry about it. So if you do have a band, that can just start off to the side. We're going to have your feet firmly on the floor. You can be sitting in a folding chair, a dining room chair, or even off the end of your couch. And my sits bones, my bottom of the seat, will be pretty close to the front edge so that I can get some good pressing down of the feet. We're going to begin with some deep breaths. So hands are going to come to the two sides of your ribs. See if you can relax your shoulders as much as possible. And visualize at the top of the head that there's a string connected to the top of the head and it's gently pulling all the way up to the ceiling. Begin with an inhale through the nose. And exhale, breathing out through the mouth, relaxing the jaw completely. When you inhale through the nose, feel the hands move, feel the ribs expand. When you breathe out, relaxing the jaw, breathing out through the mouth, feel the hands relax back down. We're going to do 2 more times just like that. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time just like that. Full expansive inhale. On your exhale. Stack the hands to the front of your belly button. Still allow the shoulders to relax away from the ears. Now, as we inhale, we feel the hands puff up. We feel everything inflate. On your exhale, are you able to find a little bit more scoop, a little bit more abdominal work through that breathing out? So my hands almost sink down. Inhale through the nose, hands and ribs and belly expands. Exhale, breathing out fully, visualizing the belly button pulling backwards towards your back without changing or moving your torso. 2 more deep breaths with that extra little thought at the end. That's called your Pilates scoop. So it helps engage your abdominal muscles from the inside out. Last one. Breathing out fully until there's no more air left. From there, hands are going to change to be on your legs. Throughout our time together today, and also you can apply this to other things you do outside of this video, you're going to stick with that deep inhale and deep exhale and try your best to match it to our movement. So next action is on your inhale, the shoulders shrug all the way up towards your ears, really try to touch your earlobes. On your exhale, my shoulders sink back down, but I'm still finding that full deep breath out to pull in through the abdominal muscles. Inhale, everything shrugs up. Exhale fully, breathing out through the mouth. 2 more. Full inhale, shoulders shrug up high like you're saying, I don't know. Like, Kelly, I don't know what you're talking about with this abdominal scoop. Just doing your best to keep on breathing. Exhale, breathing out. Keep the shoulders nice and loosey-goosey, super relaxed away from the ears. Change your hands onto the 2 sides of your hips now. You're back to that big inhale through the nose. On your exhale through the mouth, let the right knee or let the one knee float all the way up toward your shoulder and then lowering it back down. We're going to alternate. Opposite knee floats up to lift up, lowering it back down. If I move on my exhale, that can be helpful to pull the abdominal muscles in to help with that knee lift. Lowering down there, switching to the opposite side. And down. 1 more set side to side. And we lower. Final one through there. Good. Hands are going to change to be behind your head. I'm going to cue hands behind the head. If the shoulders feel a little bit too tense today, where behind the head is uncomfortable, I can change my hands to crisscross them in the front. So making sure that we're not pushing through pain. I want you to work with your body, not fight against it. because I want you to feel better after the end of this video. I don't want any kind of extra pain or discomfort. So choose the arm placement for you. I'm going to crisscross my hands here, but you can do hands behind the head. I'm back to that big inhale through the center, growing tall through my string. On your exhale, twist the upper body only to one side, getting the ribs just kind of moving, getting a little bit of mobility. Inhale back through middle. Exhale, we explore the other side. Breathing out. You can see how the deeper the exhale, maybe the more you can twist. You can also see with each repetition, are things starting to warm up so that you can go a little bit further each time. Back to that idea of not overly doing it or pushing past your range of motion. I don't want anything to hurt through the back, so I don't want sharp pain. I'm okay with muscular engagement, but nothing sharp. If you feel sharp pain, adjust your range of motion. Maybe cut that in half. So maybe I just turn slightly to the side, then back to center nice and tall, then to the opposite side. We're going to do one more side to side, everybody. Big twist. Inhale back. Last one to the side. Once you're back to center, we can relax the arms down. Back to your shoulder shrugs. You're sliding up and down for 3. Inhale up, exhale down for 2. And last one. Now, if your knee lifts felt good, if your rotating felt good, we're going to combine them together. If one or the other didn't feel great, you're just going to go back to keeping your feet down and into your rotation. So hands still have the option to be a crisscross at shoulder height, or you can bring them behind the head. I'm going to try behind the head here. And what's nice is I've been lengthening my thumbs down my neck to get me a little bit of an extra neck massage. Elbows are a little bit soft and forward, so I'm not overly tense through my shoulders. Inhale through the middle. As you breathe out, I twist and I pick that knee up. Everything's working together. Inhale back through center. Big exhale, relaxing through the jaw, breathing out fully. Use your abdominal muscles, your leg muscles, and your arms all through that one simple action. Exhale, twist. We're on our second set out of 3. One more side to side, please. Last one. Big breath out. Both feet down. Relax the hands down. If you have a band, go ahead and grab it now. If you do not have a band, do not worry. We're going to start with the palms facing down. We're going to start with the arms forward in the same line as your shoulders. From here, bend the elbows, pull the band in toward your chest and toward your shoulders, and then send the arms straight and forward. As you bend, squeeze the shoulder blades to open up the front of the chest. Once you get the hang of this, I'm trying to still keep space between my shoulders and my earlobes. So pretend like you have long, dangly earrings on that you don't want to scrunch up. Last one. With the arms forward, I'm now going to lower them down to tap my knees, reach them back at shoulder height. Reach them down. I'm only pausing at shoulder height. I'm not going to drift higher than my shoulders for today. Inhale and exhale, because we're still using our deep breaths. A lot of coordination, a lot of things going on here. Press down through the feet, find the string of the crown of the head up to the sky. Last 2. And down for 1, keep the arms forward. Exhale, pull the arms apart. Inhale back to center. Work with your body. The lower the hands go, hopefully the less intensity through the tops of the shoulder joint. So seeing where your hands need to be. I'm doing my best to keep my wrists straight so that my arms are really working from the pinky side of my hands all the way up to my outer arms. 4 more pulls, please. And 3. and 2. Last pull. Good, relaxing down. We're gonna hook that band around the bottom of one foot. Get it to be as wide as possible and sit up as tall as you can. You're gonna push the legs forward and bend the knee right back down. Big press forward and bend. Last 2. Last 1. Switching legs. So using arm muscles, using leg muscles, still sitting up as tall as you can. Pull and down. Big breath out and reach. 3. Last 2. So I am bending my arms to help the leg get higher. And last 1. Good. Go ahead and take that band off to the side. Sitting up as tall as you can. Our feet are going to come wide and apart. With the feet wide and apart, double check that you're still sitting, your sits bones on the chair. Sitting up as tall as you can, leaning forward. I'm looking for a hip stretch, a leg stretch. Exhale as you lift back up. Do that same reaching forward 2 more times. Let the legs relax. And again, don't fall off your seat. Last one. We're going to keep with the feet apart because we kind of did a lot of hip flexion today. You're going to let the hands rest onto the legs. Give a push down of the hands. Squeeze the shoulders together to lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Exhale, back to forward facing. Now this is called swan in Pilates. As you're lifting your chest up, trying not to have too much of just the chin jutting up so that I'm crunching the back of my neck. My neck stays long and I'm trying to lift from my heart more. So my sternum, my heart, my necklace radiates up to the ceiling. Then it radiates back to where I began. You can squeeze the upper back together to help with that lift. Exhale, center. Last one, squeeze, lift, inhale, exhale, back to center. To end for today, you can either keep the knees apart or you can bring them back to parallel, facing forward and together. You find your string reaching up to the ceiling. We're back to our deep breaths. And allow the one ear to drop towards that shoulder. So I'm just pouring water out of that ear. Deep breathing, noticing if you can feel any sort of stretch or opening through the opposite side. Inhale, one more exhale. Bring the head upright. Double check if there's any dizziness, taking your time there. And then I pour opposite ear towards opposite shoulder, allowing the shoulders to relax. Deep breathing through there for 3. Eyes can be opened or closed. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more deep breath. Lift the head back upright. We're back to hands onto the ribs, finishing out our video with a big inhale through the nose, a big exhale through the mouth. Thank you all for joining today, and I hope that you enjoyed. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you might have. Thank you.